Hi Pisces, my name is Tawana. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a reading for you. This can resonate with you if you have a Pisces sun, moon, rising, or Venus placement. And today I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, the Angel Answers Oracle, the Rider-Waite Tarot, and the Radiant Wells Atlas Tarot. I'll also be using the Angel Answers Oracle deck. So Pisces, as you can see, I'm back home. I am done with my vacation, which was amazing. And I know I said in the Aquarius or Capricorn reading, I think it was Aquarius, that I would be trying to put up a vlog of Colombia for those of you who are interested. And I am so glad that I gave the disclaimer that don't hold me to that, because while I was trying to edit the content, I realized that I filmed most of my content like this, with the phone like this in portrait, versus the phone in landscape, which is ideal for YouTube. Which is, I told you guys, I'm not a vlogger person. I am not that kind of content creator. I have no interest in being that kind of content creator. I suck at editing. Actually, during the middle of trying to edit all that footage, I was like, no, like I have other things to do. It's taking way too long. And so that's why I haven't uploaded content of my visit to Colombia, but it was so inspiring and I had the best time. I went to Medellin, I went to Jardín, I also went to Cartagena, and then Santa Marta, which they were all just so beautiful to me. And I remember speaking to a friend of mine who's also highly intuitive, and she does a lot of dream work and work in the astral. And I was talking to her about an experience that I was having in Colombia, and how I'm usually a dreamer, but it was so extremely intense in Colombia. I had dreams every single night. If I took a nap, I had a dream, and they were all very impactful dreams, because all dreams aren't like messages. Some of them are just your subconscious exploring itself, but all of the dreams that I had in Colombia were just really, really strong and impactful dreams. The first night I landed in Medellin, I had a dream that I won't share the dream, but it was a really interesting dream. And I spoke to my friend about it, and she was saying, wow, that's really interesting. Have you checked your astrocartography there? And I was like, oh, no, I haven't. Thanks for reminding me. And she said, that sounds very Neptunian. And I know what that feels like, because I have Neptune in my first house. But when I checked my astrocartography, guess what lines ran through Colombia for me? My moon line and Neptune. And throughout the whole vacation, I remember saying, I feel so at home here, even more so than I even felt in Jamaica and feel in Jamaica now when I go home. And I was born and raised in Jamaica for 20 something years. But it was just really, really interesting and just a really inspiring experience to have. And if any of you are interested in going to Colombia, I think what I'll do is I'll just link the highlights from my Instagram stories to my Instagram, so you guys can check that out if you are interested. And if not, that's fine too. So Pisces, let's jump into your reading. The first card we have is Thinker. And then we have Peace. And then we have To Be Fair. So immediately I feel like you're dealing with a situation that concerns more than just you, and it's like, what is fair for the whole, for the collective, for the group, for us, versus just your own perspective. That's, I feel like you are having to think about what is not just fair to me but fair to somebody else in alignment with you, in collaboration with you. It feels like a moment, because we have the Justice card twice, because this is a Justice card to me in this deck. And then in the reading, we also have the Justice in the Rider-Waite deck. So yeah, it's about making a situation right, doing what is fair, not just for you, but for someone else who's involved, or for multiple other parties involved in the situation. And we start the reading with the Knight of Wands. We actually have a lot of travel cards here. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the World, we have the Sun. Sun is not so much travel, but it reminds me of like healing light of the sun, and me talking about vacation. Just, this feels very vacation-ish to me. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a vacation. But yeah, we start the reading with the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. And I feel like this is you or someone else around you having something to communicate, having something to, or communicate that you are doing something. It feels like you're, whoever this person is in your reality, whether it's you or someone else, is bringing in an opportunity to do something. And it feels very material based, something that is like a new financial thing, a new job thing, a new doesn't even have to be job or finances, but it feels like a brand new opportunity that is rooted in reality. But it almost feels like you are, or whoever this person is bringing this idea to, they're bringing it to someone who, they're kind of nervous. Like this idea is, there's a little bit of nerves behind it, because maybe the person that person is trying to do it with, whether that's you or somebody else, is coming up as very guarded. And I don't know if it's guarded to this specific person, this specific Knight of Wands, or just they may just be a guarded individual just in general. Because I got the Nine of Wands, and when I clarified it with another deck, I got the Nine of Wands again. So that's confirmation to me that someone has their wall up. Maybe if this is, maybe if you are the Knight of Wands, you're afraid that someone is going to immediately reject the idea, reject you. And then we have the Page of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe this is the person who is heavily guarded. And it may not be towards you as a person. They just may be a guarded individual, whatever their reasons are for being that way. Maybe they're highly skeptical, or maybe they are just busy, or whatever reason they have for being that way. I feel like you're approaching with caution, or someone is approaching you with caution. I don't know who you are here, because they know you are heavily guarded. Heavily guarded. Maybe this person has a lot of boundaries in place, and that's the worry. Like, will they want to do this with me? It's not just about your boundaries, but it's about their boundaries too. It's not just about you is the point of this reading. It's about your ability to be in consideration of someone else. And then we have the Hierophant, the Six of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Empress. Don't know if that is you. But it feels like whoever this is, Pisces, I almost want to say this person is you. You're being illuminated about a change in the plans. Maybe you already presented this plan of like, hey, let's do this. I have this idea. Let's do this. But it feels like something is going from reciprocal to independent. So it's almost like what was supposed to be done together is now, like, the idea started as we're going to do this together, but somewhere along the way, you may now have to do it by yourself. Maybe you have to do this thing by yourself. Because we have the Justice, the World, and the Page of Pentacles. So maybe something you were going to do with someone else has now turned to like a solo endeavor. For whatever reason, maybe this person has other commitments because the Hierophant is here. And the Hierophant is a card of commitments. Or maybe this is a specific belief system that maybe is this person is tied to, that is making them move on from the situation. If this isn't you, Pisces, it just feels like this person is illuminated to whatever they're illuminated to, and as a result, it changes the plan, changes your plan, their plan. Something comes out, the plan changes. And in this moment, it's almost like you are having to do something new. You are having to rejig the plan, redo the plan, because someone is, maybe someone's moving, you know, like it just feels like something is coming up and like someone has to do something, then it falls through for you because you're connected to that person. And the guidance, I think, of this reading is not to be so one-dimensional that you cannot see something from another person's perspective. I think that's what this is about. Like, that's what this whole reading is. Whether it be that you would like to have your way with whatever this Ace of Pentacles is. Like, the Ace of Pentacles is great, but at the same time, this is about maybe preserving the relationship. That's what this is about. And it feels like because of the change of plans, you're experiencing some kind of blockage, or you're tempted to no longer go through with the plan. We also have the Four of Swords and the Star, which to me feels like you're having a moment here to like regroup with yourself and make a different decision, because I feel like that's what's required. You're having to make a different decision. And then we have the Nine of Swords, nerves, being in your head about it. The Queen of Swords, trying to be strategic. The Five of Swords and the Ten of Wands. I feel like this whole reading, to me, I'm like, why am I reading this? Because it feels so above the surface. Like it feels so situational to me. But I think the biggest thing that is coming up to me in the reading is it's important to read this situation, because even though it may be small, even though the situation may seem small, it has the potential to disturb the peace in a relationship dynamic. And maybe this is an important relationship dynamic to you. And it almost feels like it's important, like the guidance to get through this situation in a way that is not only helpful to you, but helpful to all parties involved, is to think about the perspectives, the multiple perspectives of all the people in the situation. And if that requires no longer going through with the plan, then that's what it requires. If it requires postponing the plan, maybe that's what it requires. feel like it's letting go of any particular, like your personal agenda that's going to get you through this moment. And maybe because when we're in moments like these, they feel so high stress because we have the 10 of Wands and it feels like this is very burdensome for you. You almost don't have the eagle perspective, and maybe that this is what this reading is. Like, you're so involved in the situation that, like, maybe this reading is encouraging you to like to come out, to enlarge in your perspective a little bit more, and to perhaps reconsider, take a moment to regroup, to reconsider the plan, reconsider whatever this Ace of Pentacles is that you were hopefully going to collaborate with another person to do. Let's get some advice. Spirit, what's the advice for Pisces? What is the advice for Pisces? What's the advice for Pisces? No place like home. This is so funny if this is a travel situation, because this card is literally like, stay home, Pisces. And then we have new life. And then we have higher power. It's almost like you are being guided. In this situation, whatever changes, I feel like you should just go with the change. Whatever is changing, whatever plan falls through or you have to move on from, I feel like you should just go with the plan. I mean, go with the change. It almost feels like a level of intervention. All right, Pisces, so I'm going to leave you here. I hope this was helpful. And as always, thank you for watching.